Hi, in this video I'm going to walk you guys through the resource room. Here we are. Okay, so every single shelf and area has been color divided. Lindy has done a fantastic job in organizing this. Okay, so the first area, pink, that is crafts. So anything craft related is going to be on these shelves. In addition, she also has it numbered. So as you can see, C1 is, every number is the shelf number. So you've got C1, and then you've got one item on shelf C1, and it's labeled C1. And then you've got C1.1. And as you can see, we've got two items on C 1.1, and they are both labeled. So that means that when you borrow something or take it off the shelf and you happen to take the whole thing instead of just taking what you need and placing it in a borrow bin, if it does come off the shelf, then you know exactly where it goes. Just look to the corresponding number that you find on the container. C 1.1 will go on the C 1.1 shelf. And the same thing with all of the containers. They all correspond to the shelf number that they are located on. And that will just allow the bins to continue to be in an organized fashion, as well as not get lost or cluttered. And they will always be where you need them. And so when you come into the resource room and borrow things, then you know that you'll always be able to find things, as long as people, when they borrow items, put them back on the corresponding shelf. All of the shelves are organized in this fashion. So this is C1, this is C2, you've got 2.0 is the very top, and then 2.1, and it goes corresponding all the way down. This second section, this third section is C3. And so you've got crafts all the way down. Now, this blue section, this is office supplies. And as you can see, the numbering is now corresponding to O, which is office, and then she's got 4. So 4.0 is on top, 4.1, and then so on and so forth. And so every bin has a corresponding number. Now, orange is food items. And so your glassware, your garbage bags, all different kinds of items that would be related to food, plasticware, even toilet paper, rice, beans, so on and so forth. That is going to be your orange section, which begins with an F. So the green section over here is miscellaneous. You've got, and the same thing with all the numbers. F is also 5, because this is the fifth shelf. So miscellaneous is green, and this is actually the sixth shelf. So those numbers correspond to that as well. You've got a lot of miscellaneous things like wristbands and batteries and inflatable globes and walking rope and ponchos and hand warmers and maps and Kleenexes and mounting tabs, and we've got paper towels on here. So you've just got you've got white t-shirts, shaving cream, sunscreen. Amelia D, come here. I'm so sorry. My daughter has taken a pair of scissors. Thank you. Okay. All right. And so the yellow is P, which stands for party. So you've got a lot of different party supplies on here, and that is P 7.0, and then with the corresponding numbers down. On this side of the resource room, it is red, and she has labeled this B. And the reason is because they are bigger supplies with bigger boxes. So it's more of a BM, big miscellaneous. So you've got the black curtain drapes that we have. We've got tissue paper, we've got towels and rags, as well as tablecloths and fabric and paper bags. So all of that belongs in the B section. Next, you have a fluorescent green, and that is G, which stands for games. So you've got some spray and squirt bottles at the very top. You've got balls and chalk and bean bags and go fish games and inflatable balls and Play-Doh and marbles and puzzles and water pistols and all kinds of other things that you might need, and tarps for games and things like that. So that is all going to be in your games section, and that is G10 is the number for that one. So this is the resource room. These bins right here that are located on the shelf, these are the borrow bins. So when you come into the resource room and you need to borrow some supplies for your classroom, for whatever you are doing with the kids that day, please just use this table, pull the container that you need, get only the items within that you need, and place them in a borrow bin. Please do not take the entire container to your classroom and leave us hanging. Because you may not be the only volunteer or staff person that needs that container. And so when other people come into the resource room looking for that container, it won't be here, and then we have to go searching for that container. And so please just be mindful of that. Only borrow the number of items that you need, and then please return the bin to the corresponding shelf, and that would be great. All right, well, thank you so very much, and this is our resource room.